Hello there, you are watching Fabela iMac. My name is Fabian. Real Racing 3 surely is the most anticipated racing game for iOS and Android. The title has already been published for iOS in New Zealand and Canada. In Germany, the US and in several other countries the title will be available on the 28th of February. Do not ask me why publisher Electronic Arts chose that strange publishing policy, but it is a fact. EA might want to take a look at how the game works in other countries. The reason might be that Real Racing 3 is a freemium game. This means you can download and play the game for free. Via in-app purchases you can buy certain things while playing the game. And that is for a AAA racing title very unusual, especially since the first two parts of the Real Racing series have appeared as regular App Store full price games. For sure, you wonder now how the freemium model works with Real Racing 3. Well, that is very simple. In the game there are two currencies, dollar and gold. The word gold is a bit confusing because gold makes as much sense in a racing game like the Eiffel Tower in Pisa. But okay, it is a gold currency with a helmet on it. Whatever. You get dollars for playing through the game and for successful placements. Gold is much harder to earn. At the beginning of the game you have 20 gold pieces. You will get other pieces of gold only if your driver levels up and now and then for completing special events. To make it short, gold is rare. And you need gold as your vehicles break down during the races. While a broken door does not cost much speed. This is totally different with damaged aerodynamic or engine parts. And then you should repair them fast after the racing events. Otherwise you won't be fast enough to compete with other players. The crux of the story, each repair takes time. And I don't mean virtual time, I mean real time. And while the car is being repaired, you cannot use it in a race. If you sit in the train and just want to play, the waiting times are of course annoying. But you can speed up things, and here the gold is used for. Just give out 1 or 2 gold coins and the repairs are carried out immediately, without delay. You want to buy a new car? No problem. That'll be 30 minutes waiting time or a few gold coins. You want to install a tuning upgrade to your car? With pleasure. That makes 4000 gold and a wait of 10 minutes. You want your car repainted? Sure, that makes 2 gold coins. In general, if you want things right now, it will cost gold. And your 20 gold coins from the beginning of the game are gone in a short time. But I must admit that I played the game for a very long time now and I didn't get into trouble having gold. And I didn't need to buy anything via in-app purchase. If you decide to wait rather than to invest into gold, a push message informs you about the successful repair or the delivery of a new car. And if you played the game for some time, you have more than one car, and then you can always switch to another car while one car needs to be repaired. Beyond that, you can buy several packs in the game, which include various racing series and cars, as well as a certain amount of gold and dollars. After this long discussion about freemium and gold, I will now get to the actual game that can simply be described as burner. The gameplay is fantastic and the graphics are phenomenal. The courses consists of an incredible number of polygons and details. The reflections on the cars are simply sensational. This title could easily pass for a console game. Real Racing 3 is without a doubt the game with the best graphics to date on an iOS device and on mobile devices in general. The price of this graphic splendor is that Real Racing 3 will only run on an iPhone 4 upwards. Owners of an iPhone 3GS, for example, can't play the game. The sound of the game also is excellent and offers varied but very appropriate music to the different courses. A highlight are the various engine sounds for the different cars, which all are very crisp and fit well. The cherry on the cake is, as in the previous real racing games, the fantastic control scheme. The developers included pretty much any control method that exists for touchscreen racing games. However, I recommend the standard control scheme that works absolutely fantastic. It is a classic tilt control in which you can slow down by a tap to the screen center. There's no racing game for iOS that offers such a perfect working and accurate tilt control like in this game. But to be fair, I must say that I'm playing with various assistance systems, because otherwise I would always miss the braking points for the curves. But to give you a hint, if you want to mess with the best drivers, you need to set the braking assistance to low. Otherwise, the braking assistance will slow you down too much. The tracks also deserve special praise, because the developers have not come up with fantasy tracks, but with real courses from around the world. For example, there are Brands Hatch, Spa-Francorchamps, Laguna Seca, Silverstone, Indianapolis, Suzuka and the Hockenheim Ring. In addition, you can expect in the game over 45 cars, including models from Ford, Porsche, Bugatti, Dodge, Lamborghini and Audi. The cars are very different in their driving behavior. Your cars will get optical damages during the races that will affect on how they behave on the track and how fast the cars are. But for my personal taste, there could have been more optical damages to the cars. But the incredible level of detail and the realistic presentation of the cars up to the cockpits compensate for that lack of damages. Additionally, you can tune the cars, so you need to decide whether you prefer to save dollars for a new car or invest your dollars in a few tuning parts for your existing one. The races are divided in different classes that you gradually unlock as you play. You can expect classic races, head-to-head races against one opponent, elimination races, speed races and many more. Another special highlight of the game is known as the time-shifted multiplayer. This means you cannot choose a classic multiplayer mode in the menu, but you can race against other real drivers or friends from your Game Center friends list if you have an online connection. For example, other players from all around the world and from your friends list already might have played the tracks you are currently racing on. The records of each players are uploaded to the real racing servers, and while you drive, the artificial intelligence now simulates the exact time of your buddies. You can see the names from the persons which you are racing against. It is a bit like racing against the ghost of your friends, but it feels like a real race with up to 21 cars on the track, which guarantees plenty of racing action. If you want to race against me, search for Fabian@fabelaimac.de. I am looking forward to it. My conclusion: Real Racing 3 is terrific, no doubt, and has evolved in a very short time to one of my favorite games for iOS. The graphics are stunning, the controls unrivaled, and the richness of detail and realism is phenomenal. Real Racing 3 really is the Gran Turismo for mobile platforms. I also have to admit I was very skeptic about the freemium model. I needed some time to get used to the waiting times and the gold system. But my profile reached level 35 and I didn't have to purchase anything. So I can say, grab this racing masterpiece and enjoy it for free. A bit sad is the fact that there is no local multiplayer mode, but the time-shifted multiplayer mode makes up for it. For future parts of real racing, I would like to see changing weather conditions during the races. In Real Racing 3 there is always the sun shining. Great is the fact that not only iOS gamers can play this milestone, because from the 28th of February this title will also be available for Android. My name is Fabian, thank you for watching and see you next time or on the racetrack.